Evening. I've watched for the second time the Hansard legislative, they call it Law Amendments Committee, that was held in Halifax this morning in the Red Room on Thursday, March 7th. One guy got up and he's, Professor, and everything's been done fine in his opinion. Consolidation, amalgamation, dissolution, reconstitution, whatever the hell you want to call it, is been adequately discussed and as fine as good. Anyway, maybe he's right. You're going to shock the haters. And I'm proposing right now that we eliminate the office of the president of the St. FX University, and we're going to merge you. You see, in Nova Scotia, we're a relatively small province, and we have a problem. We have too many universities based on our population. So what we're going to do is, I propose we consolidate you. So we eliminate it's tremendous savings. Less presidents, less ass kissing, less nose sniffing around. And also, we must live within our means. We must look for operational efficiencies. As such, we will give the professors a 50% one-time cut on their pay. And those that I hear complaining will get another 50%. So you just tighten your belt, live within your means. So for every $100 you make now, you make $50. But if you whine and complain, that $50 gets cut to $25. So I've heard this for years. These fat cats at university sitting in the back writing papers, kissing ass when they do a thesis to get the PhD. And so here we have it. Consolidation, perhaps the professor, the doctor, downtown Doug Brown. Maybe he's right, the consolidation is such a good thing. It's been adequately discussed. It's disingenuous of people to say that there wasn't adequate respect for the democratic process. So we will consolidate universities. We'll need less people in the efficiencies too. There's people in Cape Breton, very good political scientists. We don't need all those fucking political science professors at St. FX. And one more thing, those retired, we must cut your pension in half. Yeah. Cut your pension in half. And if you whine and complain, well, we cut it in half again. So your $100, your pension plan goes down to $50. Every $100 to $50. And if you whine and complain, we cut it to $25. Speaking of wine, you won't be able to go to the fancy restaurants to get bottles of wine with corkage. You go to the liquor store, buy it. But then maybe that's too expensive. Maybe you start making your own wine. Goodness, now, front of today's paper, they're talking about Nova Scotia grape growers need to do something with their wine. The premier's making some changes there. So anyway, I feel there's been adequate consultation. And so we will consolidate the universities. There's just too many. From one end of the province, other end of the province, we consolidate. Less university presidents, less university executive secretaries, less expenses, less big fancy houses for the professor, the university presidents, less PR, and it's very expensive. It's not a cheap thing to run a university. It's not a cheap thing. The price of university thing. I think when people talk about inflation, I don't think there's anything that's gone up more in percentage terms, not even groceries, not housing, as the cost of a university degree. And we just have to take and cut back. So I know that you love consolidation, so you're not going to mind. And keep in mind, I propose a nice 50% cut to your professor still there, and 50% cut to your pension. And if I hear you whimpering and whining, another 20 half cut. So you get 25 cents on the dollar. But count yourself fortunate. In communist China, professors don't make that much. And you're all a bunch of fucking communists up there anyway, in my opinion. So you think you can always go to communist China, where they pay you what you're worth. very little. With that, all the best. God bless. Enjoy. Bye-bye.